Today I'm going to be sharing with you how you can work from home and how you can teach online as a tutor, as an online tutor. If you've ever done activities for a child, or help a child doing homework, or help a child to do their classwork or something, even though you have not worked in the physical classroom as it may be, don't worry, I'm going to give you tips and things you're going to need to work as an online tutor from home. Just in case this is your first time here, my name is Miss Blessing and this is I Teach with Miss B, and I share tips on how teachers can thrive and grow and how you can teach and work from the comfort of your home as an online tutor. So please do me a favor, click on the like, subscribe and share button as we dive right into the video. So I'm going to be breaking it down into different or various steps, and I'm going to explain the tools you will need, the skills you will need for you to be an online tutor. Recently I did a live stream, and the live stream was if anyone can be an online tutor. The truth of the matter is no, not everyone can be an online tutor, but you can learn the skills to be an online tutor. And today I'm going to be sharing those skills. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to share with you is create a quiet teaching space. When you log into your classes, or when you log into your classes here, the first thing your student notices is your environment. Is the environment noisy? Does the environment look distracting? Your background. I have a video on my YouTube channel that talks about how you can change your background using Zoom or Google Meet in 5 minutes. You can change and use a false background than your house background if it is not plain like mine, right? So you can change your background. So your environment, your lighting very important. You can go ahead and get a bulb, a rechargeable bulb or a ring light that you could use for your class. If you feel like the place you are teaching or your environment is not so bright, you could use a ring light as well. So your lighting or your environment is the first thing your student will notice about you. Is there noise? Is everywhere quiet? These things are very important, and you as a teacher need to put these things in place before your class starts. Now the second one I want to share with you is getting the right equipment. I cannot overemphasize this. You need the right equipment, from your laptop to your headset to your writing pad to maybe your laptop power bank in case light goes off, strong internet connections. These are the things that you will need to start up your online tutoring space, or you need to start your online tutoring business. Majorly, if you can get just the laptop and your headset, you're good to go for a start. But if you're a maths teacher or an EYFS teacher, I will advise that you get a writing pad alongside your laptop. But if you have a laptop that can write on the screen, or an iPad or a tablet that you could use to write on the screen, that's even much better. So either you have a laptop, an iPad, even a phone. You could use a phone. If you have a graphic writing pad that can work with both your phone, for example, Vinsa T906 writing pad can connect to both your phone and your laptop. So you can get that type of graphic writing pad and then use it to write or teach even with your phone. So these are things that I would need you to get good internet networks, from your MTN to your Glo. Ensure that these things are working. Find out in your environment which one works best, or which one is more which one works best, or which network is stronger, and use it. There are some places you go to, Airtel is stronger or MTN is stronger, or just find in your environment the network connection that is stronger so that it doesn't interrupt your class. I've seen very good classes get interrupted because of poor network, and it can destabilize you as a teacher. So ensure that you have good internet connection, your laptop is working, your lights and your environment is okay. All right, so these are getting your equipment right, very, very important. So if you need to get your laptop, your ring light, your phone holder, whatever you want to use to do your classes, please put them in order. I'm also going to put a list of the things that you will need by the side of this video, or by the side of this point, so that you can have an idea of the things that you can work towards, including your laptop power bank. For laptop power bank, I will advise you either go for itel Power Go, but that one uses Type C. Then there's another one, Smart, or there are some good power packs that you could buy that you could plug your laptop directly if you don't have a Type-C charging port on your laptop. I think that can also work for you if you know that you are staying in an environment where the light is not so strong. All right, now let's go to the third one. The third one is selecting your learning platform. There are a lot of learning platforms that you could use, and when I'm talking about learning platforms, I'm talking about your Google, your Zoom, your Google Meet, your VooV, your Zoom, Google Meet, VooV, Teams, Microsoft Teams. So there are some companies that have their own learning platform where you have to teach on their learning app, right? So it is very good and it's good that you know at least 2 or 3, or know how to use 2 or 3 of these learning platforms, because if you don't know how to use this platform, that's where you're going to be having issues, right? And in case one has issues, you can easily switch to another. There was a day I was teaching my class on Zoom because my network was not so strong. Google Meet can uses low data than Zoom, right? But it is easier to share and use Zoom. Zoom is smoother than Google Meet. So you need to understand the benefits or the pros and cons of each of these different platforms. And I have videos on how to use this platform. VooV is a Chinese platform, but it is free. Like, it's very, very free. In fact, some premium qualities we're looking for in Zoom that are not in Google Meet, you'll see it on VooV. Okay, but most people do not know VooV, and I'm introducing VooV to all of you. So also check for VooV. If you're starting out and you don't have money for Google Meet, for Zoom, and you don't have Google Meet Pro, use VooV or Teams. Okay, or Teams. So learn how to use your teaching platforms. Learn how to share your screen. Learn when to minimize and when not to minimize when sharing your screen to make your sharing effective. If you don't know how to use these things, or you don't know how to use your tools, it's going to affect your class. Even your students will know when you don't know when to move from one screen to another. So the smoothness or your ability to move smoothly from one slide or one screen or whatever you're sharing to another is very, very important. For instance, you want to share a video. From the video, you want to go to your slide. How do you move without wasting so much time? You need to learn all of these things. Learn how to use your tools. Okay. Now let's go to the fourth point. The fourth point is preparing interactive lessons. I've always talked about this on my channel. If you are preparing for your lessons, use Bloom's taxonomy to prepare your slides. Okay, there are different places where you can source for slides, and I've done a video on some of them, like your Twinkle, your Oak National Academy, your Chalky, where else again? Wayground. There are a lot of places where you could go to get materials, and I have a group, a WhatsApp channel and a WhatsApp group where people come together to purchase these materials, and then they have access to it for a year. So if you're interested, you can go ahead, click on the link to my bio, join the WhatsApp channel, or send me a direct message so you can join the WhatsApp group, and then you can connect with people that are interested in subscribing these tools, or these materials. So ensure that you know how to use these materials. Your slide should be interactive. After every learning point, there should be something that the child is doing. At each point, the child is working, because it is very interactive. When we talk about interactive or engaging slides, we're talking about slides that you as the teacher, you're not just talking, the child is working alongside with you, explaining. Your job is to prompt, then your job is to prompt using the slide. The child's job is to actually do the task that is on the slide. So have guided tasks on the slide that is going to make your slide very interactive and engaging. So you need to know how to create these type of slides, and I have videos on my channel that are talking about how you can create interactive slides. Please go ahead, watch them, and learn how you can create the slides as well. All right, now let's go to the fifth one. Now the fifth one is building rapport with your learners. When I talk about building rapport with your learners, I'm not saying you should just the time away. No, I'm saying that you should be able to converse with the learners. I had a parent who once told me that the previous teacher that was taking his child was not engaging. He just comes, does his classwork, everything, and then he goes. But when I come in, the child is excited because we actually have some conversations about things she has done that week and all of that. So it makes our class lively. So when you are having when you're building rapport, you could also once in a while play games. Games are not to be played every time, but you could use them to reinforce learning. Okay, so build rapport with your students, engage your students, ask them questions. Whatever you're teaching, ensure to relate it to real life experiences. These are the things that are going to make you stand out as a teacher, because when you don't relate them to real life experiences, you begin to see the child wonder what's going on. Everything seems to be like theory. So whatever you're doing, do not just make your work look like theory, but also ensure that the child is understanding what you are saying, and you guys have a connection, or guys have a level of understanding when you are teaching the child. Is that okay? If you've watched this point, please click on the like, subscribe and share button as we move further. Now for the sixth one is one that I know that most teachers are guilty of, which is time management. Most of you do not know how to structure your 1 hour lessons, and I've said it over and over again. There's a way to structure your 1 hour lesson. Unless your lesson is more than 1 hour, then you can extend the time. But time management for number 6, time management is one thing that you need to learn. Remember, you have only 1 hour with this child, and your teaching time is just 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. So you need to know how to structure your 1 hour, your lesson. What do I mean? If you're structuring your lesson, this is how your lesson should go. The first 5 minutes is for introduction and welcome. The next 5 minutes is for your hook and starter. The next 20 minutes is for your guided practice or your guided lessons, your scaffolding. We do and you do method, right? So you're doing your, like I said, your slides should be interactive. So you're doing your lessons, and then the next 20 minutes for the child to do the child's independent tasks. Now the independent tasks can be done on the OneNote or on using Kami or using the whiteboard or something, but ensure that the child is actually working for 20 to 25 minutes on their own, unaided. You can only aid them if you notice that they are failing most of the questions. That means they did not really understand what you were teaching. So ensure that your teaching is clear and they understand before they start doing their independent tasks. Please do not use games for independent tasks. Your games can come at the end. Okay, so when you're done with the 20 minutes for them doing their tasks, you use 5 minutes to actually mark and give feedback, and then you use the remaining 5 minutes for your closing, homework, or games, depending on what you want to do. Okay, so this is how you structure your 1 hour lesson. I'm also going to put the structure at the side of this video so that you can also look at it and know what to do. Okay, moving forward, let's look at some common mistakes that teachers usually make in the online tutoring space. So if you're new to the online tutoring space, or you're looking at starting very soon, avoid these mistakes I'm going to be sharing. And the first mistake I'm going to be sharing is talking for the whole lesson time. Don't lecture, teach. There's a difference between lecturing and teaching. Okay, so don't lecture, teach, prompt and guide. All right, avoid that mistake. The second mistake I want you to avoid is poor lighting. You don't have good lighting in your environment. When you use the Zoom background, you'll be looking like a ghost in the background. Please avoid it. Okay, make sure you have good lighting. You can buy a rechargeable bulb, or you can buy a ring light that you could use in your class if your environment is not bright enough. So avoid poor lighting. Another thing I want you to avoid is not being professional. You come in late, please try to log in 5 minutes before the time, and don't leave before the time elapses. If you have extra time, bring up a quick game or an activity. Be always professional. Show up looking good and clean. I once had the parent that complained about a teacher who was not looking good, even though the teacher knew what he was doing. So please always show up looking prim and proper and clean. All right, your hair arranged, lip gloss, whatever it is that you know that is going to make you look good, always show up looking good. All right, the last one I want to share is avoiding technical issues. You know that your network is no good. Why still log into the class? Why not tell the parent, oh, I'm having network issues, and it should not be consistent, or change the environment. Don't ignore network issues, or don't ignore technical issues. Your laptop is not good, your network is. Let the parents know before time. It's even best to let them know hours before the time. That's why it's good that you check before you log in earlier to know how your laptop, your network is, the state of your laptop, the state of your battery. Log in earlier so that you will not have problems in the course of your learning, because it can actually bring down your ratings from the parents. Okay, I'm sure that with all the things I've listed today, you have learned something. If you want to watch videos about how to use the tools, I have a lot of videos about how to use Google Meet, Voov, Zoom, OneNote, Kami. Please go ahead and watch. I even have videos on how to use the slides, and the link to these videos are also going to be put in the description of this video. I have a book, The Online Tutoring Blueprint. Go ahead and buy the book and read. August training is coming up. The August training is going to start on the 1st of August. So if you're a teacher here, you want to join the August training, or you want to learn how to teach online, please go ahead and join the WhatsApp channel. The information is there. You can make payments, and then you get ready for August training. Okay, and from everything that you have learned today, try to get everything ready for your online tutoring business. Remember, summer is coming. What are you offering parents this summer? What are you offering parents this summer? So please stand out, do something different from what every other person is doing. You could do a book club, you could do a reading club, but you need to set up before you are doing all of this. If you don't have money to do everything at once, you could save up for it. Little by little, you save up for it as you're learning how to use the tools. I hope with these few points of mine, you've been encouraged and you don't know what you need to start up tutoring online as an online teacher. Until I see you again in my next video, bye for now.